Welcome to Open. If you want something badly enough, it's never beyond your reach. Discarded by North Melbourne as a stumpy teenager, the desire to prove yourself and to prove people wrong and to prove that you could.
North Melbourne, bottom of the Victorian Football League last year, the only club never to win a grand final, and with a new administration determined to change that in the next 3 years.
Actually, the cold hard facts are that you, your committee, Ron Barassi, have decided on a plan, and anybody who doesn't fall into that plan has no place in this club.
Well, that's right, yes. Generally speaking, everyone's been told that, and they'll have to be replaced.
It's certainly no good saying to you it's only a game, is it?
No. It just is not on because of all the people's efforts.
I don't know why you're looking at me like that, mate. You're number one just about. If our friends weren't here, you'd cop right out. I really can't understand how you've got the gall to front up here when we've got about 100 people behind this club putting in more effort, more time, more money and more love than you.
But we did clash this particular night. It was just it wasn't such a great year.
When did you actually make the decision?
Probably about 12 months after we took office, I'd say. I believe so. Yes. It just gave the club such a tremendous lift, but I don't think that the whole deal would have been as successful if we hadn't have been able to recruit Ron Barassi, who, if you've got any pride in what you're doing, as an individual person, well, and you want to be successful, well, you've got to be tough and be prepared to be in a tough involvement, particularly to come from the ruck, from the bottom of a group to take your place in the top.
Out.
Brian Dixon did a lot of hard work,
Not a lot of credit's been given to Brian for what happened.
And probably not accorded the degree of credit that he probably does deserve, because he did set a foundation. And
Brian Dixon's a very intelligent guy. He might have even been before his time, but
You turned up at the family day, were late and probably overly refreshed.
the Barry Cables and the like.
Barry Cable.
What was your reaction when you got the letter confirming that?
Well, very humbling, I know that, because to know that, the game's been played for 100 years and you're in the top 24 times, it's really humbling. And to appreciate, the players that have played in all that length of time and have made the game what it is, well before me and others, it was just great. Oh, it's fantastic. Because I can go back to 1970, and they've talked a lot about it over the years.
The elderly people who'd followed North for 50 or 60, 70 years, to see them crying, they were so happy that...
Deal with that now. I was going to do that later. Let's deal with that now. You had a falling out, didn't you? Was that just spontaneous? Just occurred? Did you try not to do it? Stop early. You punched them. Bash each other for 2 hours.
Pretty much.
Bash each other for 2 hours. What happened from there? Do you think the disappointment of that decision, did that distract? Must have been a tumultuous time for you. The strike rate was unbelievable. You got any idea what it was? I'm glad to see you looking so well.
When it's not always raining, there'll be days like this. When there's no one complaining, there'll be days like this. Everything falls into place.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything's starting to hum.
Some pre-recorded, some live. How did you go with the live dancing?
Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this when you don't need to worry. There'll be days like this when no one's in a hurry. There'll be days like this when you don't get betrayed by that old Judas kiss. Oh, my mama told me.
You know, about the girl with the curl. Don't pee down the back and tell me it's raining.
This is Ed Macias calling from the airport. There's some trouble on your husband's flight. We don't know how serious it is yet, but Steve McCroskey thought you'd want to get down here right away.
Yes, I'll be right down. I've got to go to the airport. You can let yourself out the back door. There's juice in the refrigerator.
Yep.
Nobody gives a damn about anybody anymore.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart?
I'd say you've had enough.